Hey everyone, it's Dylan with SeaTee Aquatics, and today we're talking about salt. So why is salt so important? Well, salt is important for many reasons, especially considering we're talking about saltwater aquariums. For starters, salt is the backbone mineral in the water. It is the main component other than the water itself. It is the most abundant mineral within the water that all of our inhabitants are living within. The amount of salt in the water is also crucial. Certain plants and animals can handle different levels of salt, but at the end of the day, almost all of them can handle the same range of 32 to 35 parts per thousand, or 1.024 to 1.026 specific gravity. Personally, I like to use parts per thousand when measuring the salinity in my fish tank, but specific gravity is another very common method used to measure salinity, so I'm going to use both measurements in this video. When measuring salinity, it's important to have an accurate test tool. Personally, my two favorite tools are a digital reader or a refractometer. An example of each tool would be this digital salinity tester from Hanna Instruments. You simply remove the cap, turn it on, put it right into the salt water, and it gives you a digital readout on the screen. And this is an example of a refractometer. You put a few drops of water on the end here, close the flap, and then you would look through it. Having an accurate testing device is critical when mixing salt water and testing the tank for doing water changes. You want to make sure that your salinity stays in a very consistent range as to not shock the animals in the system. Corals and invertebrates are especially sensitive to salinity changes. Whereas fish can handle a much wider range of salinity, it's still important to not have too big of a swing, as this can stress them out and cause shock. Choosing a brand of salt is not so important as it is sticking with the same brand over time. Most brands have a different method for manufacturing the salt and will therefore have different levels of trace elements and minerals. Being consistent with your salt and doing water changes on a regular basis will help to keep your tank that much more consistent. Switching between brands of salt can be detrimental, as certain brands have much higher levels of certain elements than others. Having big swings in these elements can cause a very bad effect on the tank. We're going to go into more detail on the other elements in a future video. As for now, it's just important to know that sticking with the same type of salt is very important over time. Personally, I like Nios Pure Salt, as it's a pharmaceutical grade salt that comes with all of the levels roughly where I like to keep my tanks. I've also used other brands such as Tropic Marin, Red Sea, Fritz, Instant Ocean, and others. And regardless of which brand you choose, you can end up with the same great results from any of them, so long as you stay consistent with your tank. So there you go. Today we've gotten to talk about salinity. Hope you enjoyed what you saw, and remember, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications to join us on our journey through the sea. Or drop a comment below and let us know what you thought of the video. Thanks for watching.